Hi guys, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and I just wanted to say that I have felt very blessed to have you guys on my channel for a year. For all of you guys who have stood by me through all of the different transformations that I've done with my channel, with my readings, with my monthly. First I was going to do it, then I wasn't going to do it. I really want to say thank you for hanging in there. And even though I know some of you don't believe in Christmas, for the people that do, and Christmas is obviously one of my most favorite times of the year, I deeply want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, from my family to yours, from Annette's Astrology Corner to yours, I want you to just have the most beautiful and happy holidays and beautiful, rich Christmas season. And for those of you that don't celebrate Christmas but do like to have some fun around the holidays, I really hope that you just have an extremely fulfilling holiday season. Anyhow, guys, this is my puppers, and he wishes you a Merry Christmas too. Hi Scorpios, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your December forecast. And for you, Mars in Libra, one of your rulers, is going to be in the 12th house. And then Pluto in Capricorn is going to be in your 3rd house. So Mars in Libra is in a really high vibration. It's very protective energy. You want to defend people that don't have voices for themselves. You don't really like confrontation all that much. You're much more interested in a more diplomatic approach to things to get what you want. You could almost say it's much more of a manipulative energy than it is in that energy. It's very subtle, let's put it that way. And you need a lot of praise and affection, and in turn you're going to give it to others in order to make them feel validated. That's in a really high vibration. In a low vibration, you're going to be indecisive. You're going to want to procrastinate making decisions. You're going to feel very passive aggressive. You're going to feel like it's easy to manipulate people and to be quite deceptive and have an ulterior motive, and people won't see through it because you're going to be so charming and diplomatic in this energy. And you could hold on to some anger and not let it go. Now, your other ruler, Pluto's in the 3rd house. So Mars was in your 12th. So again, that's like dealing with a lot of baggage. That's going into that place inside of you where you tend to hide things. It's more of the karmic house, the house of suffering. It's the house where we align ourselves with karma, fate, destiny is all in that house. Well, Pluto in Capricorn is in the 3rd house, and that house is our daily environment, how we interpret it, how we move forward in it. And the 3rd house is communication. It's effectively communicating, and we have some really interesting energy, especially in Mercury in communication. So you're going to find this energy being a very, very deep month, very introspective month. This is about aligning you with the really, really, really big questions. For everybody else, it has been a very light and easy karmic month, but for you, I see it going one of two ways. Because you have the planet of power and the planet of passion always to deal with. You do often waver between passion and power. Which way do you move forward? And it depends on what you're aligning with. If you're aligning with, I want to elevate myself and ascend, and I want to learn my lessons, and I want to move forward and never make these karmic decisions again, you're going to align more with Mars and Libra and in that 12th house work. If you are one of those Scorpios that have pretty much processed your 12th house and you feel like you pretty much understand what those karmic lessons were trying to say to you, then what you're trying to do is to incorporate this newfound awareness in your personal power, aligning it with this mental awareness of where you once were and where you want to go. And then you're going to try to implement it into your daily life, and then you're going to try to communicate to get what you want. So you do have those two. It depends on each Scorpio where they lie, or you're somewhat in between, and this energy is going to figure that out for you. So Venus moving into Scorpio in your first house. Anytime you have Scorpio energy in your first house, that's your energy source. This is aligning you with intensity and deep desire and passion. And that your ruler is going to be sextiling the sun in second house and sextiling Saturn. This is about getting control. This is about feeling valued. This is about aligning yourself with what you want and what you value. And it's about releasing some of the karmic limitations that you used to have that didn't allow you to feel like you were worthy of moving forward. Okay, yes, if you are having that Plutonian moment that I'm talking about, or you haven't fully processed all the Plutonian lessons in your personal power, this is going to be a highly transformative month for you. This is going to be a month where you start to take a look at, man, I should have been more diplomatic in that approach, or man, I should have approached that a lot different. And I should have been taking into account that, that person was less fortunate than me, and I didn't really factor that in. And there could be some Uranian moment that jolts you if you really are unaware of your karmic lessons. It will really jolt you and try to help you understand that realization and individuate yourself. And perhaps you were just following along with a bunch of people, and so you should have stood up for something. You should have had the tenacity to move forward. This is going to be that moment where you may have some sort of realization, especially if it was a pleasure-seeking activity. There could have been something where you wish you would have made a different decision. You could be aligning yourself with that. Again, this is also happening in a very beautiful part where Pluto is going to be aspecting Jupiter in your hopes, dreams, and wishes, and in your friends. So this could be one of those moments where you just start to align yourself with people who have really healthy thought processes in mind about moving forward. Maybe they're as wounded as you are, and between the two of you, you work all of this out, and what they have to say seems so to resonate with you so much that it allows you some clarity and thought, and it empowers you, and it wants you to make some big changes. Anytime you have this Scorpio energy and transformation, and you have Pluto, and then you have all of this work going on in your first house, to me this suggests some transformation or some big change coming in the way that you move forward. About balance. I think this is more of a balancing yourself out energy than going to extremes. On the 9th, we have Mercury moves into Capricorn. This is going to be in your 3rd house. Again, we have Mars and Libra in your 12th house, and we have Pluto and Capricorn in your 3rd house. And for you, Mars in Libra is going to be sextiling the Sun in Sagittarius. Again, I think everything is okay as long as there is no sudden upheavals. If there is a sudden upheaval, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take control of it, and you're going to overpower the situation with very, very forceful, passionate, probably too passionate intensity. So you want to dial yourself back. If there's something that comes up around the 9th, remember that communication, you're going to be very task-oriented and goal-oriented, and you can be somewhat overbearing and pushy when you know what you want and others can't see your vision. It's like you force it on them, and just be mindful of that, because you can really, really lower your vibration on this day quite easily, and you could have, oh goodness, Uranian moments, and you can have Mars playing into this, and then you get passion behind this, and you could just have a very combative day. It's not even worth your energy to get like that over a goal. If they don't see your point of view, just know that you're right and move on and let them be wrong. You know, you don't have to make everybody see your point of view, even if you're dead right. And I know that's super important for you. Just know that you don't have to convince them. On the 11th, we have a new moon in Sagittarius. Again, second house. This is about what you value and who you value and moving forward. This is Sagittarian-based energy. So this is, you have a very broad-minded approach. You're very intellectual in this energy. You're very elevated. So when you get this much energy in you, stimulating you to make some changes, what you can become is, again, very caught up in proving you're right, enforcing your opinion, and making sure that people understand your perspective and where you're coming from and what you learned from it. Maybe you were with somebody who you went through that exact thing and you're trying to tell them not to do it, and you're trying to push your opinion on them, not to do anything bad, but to save the day, because you have life experience and you've already processed this. You don't want to watch somebody go down that road. Do not force your opinion. It will not be well received. It will just completely, it won't initiate the kind of change that you're hoping that it would, or the impact that you are hoping that it would on that person that you're having this conversation with. Be very mindful to stay in the highest vibration, and that is to focus on you. Get cute, be social, be energetic, be enthusiastic, have fun, be the person that people want to be near. Be goal-oriented and action-oriented and lead by example. Those are all really powerful ways to turn this energy around and get this new beginning starting in the right direction. On the 19th, we have Mercury in Capricorn aligning with Pluto in Capricorn. This is all going to be happening in your third house. Again, we've got the planet of thinking and interpreting your environment and interpreting data and your day-to-day life and communication aligning with the planet of power. And for you, this is going to be a day to remember. This is going to be a hardcore day. This is going to be 12th house work and third house work. It's going to be the planet of power and the planet of passion, really honestly giving you a little bit of a reality check. So for many of you, when Mercury and Pluto combine, this is a very combustible energy. This is like adding fire and gasoline, I want to say, in your particular energy. So the planet of power can be very wonderful if we are trying to empower ourselves from things that take away power, especially when we're dealing with 12th house work. So you're almost kind of vulnerable anyway, and when a Scorpio feels vulnerable, they can be somewhat combative, and you can be very hard-headed and not very open to other people's opinions. And so you can try to force information into them. There's an imbalance in the way that you're going to be doing this so much. It's not going to be respected, nor will it be well received. So I want to say that it feels like you want to dominate the situation instead of, and the communication is going to come off very dominating and very forceful. And it's going to come off as very cold. And so just beware of your motive on the 19th. What is your motive for this? I want to say, please try to stay in the Libran mindset. Stay aligned with your sun. Value yourself enough to walk away. Value yourself enough to know that if you've already lived through it, you're trying to get somebody on board, or you're trying to get somebody to understand what you've been through, or you're trying to get somebody to understand what you're processing, just know that this is a personal journey of your own. You don't have to get anybody on board with you. And if this person doesn't value you enough to want to work through this with you, let them walk away. Let them go their own merry way. If you were having more of the Plutonian moment on the 19th, then I want to say what could really be helpful is a very close relationship that you are aligning yourself with. Maybe a form of creative expression might be a better outlet. you know, seeking some information that will align you with staying in peace and staying, I want you to resonate in the fact that power can be perceived by sometimes doing nothing, the action of walking away, the action of being quiet. Power does not have to be through force, and you are going to work through this as you may have a Uranian moment. And you have this moon in Aries and you have Mars in Libra. I mean, oh my God, this is a lot of energy and power and control and determination, and this is about being right. Please stay away from it. Very volatile day for you. I don't know why, but it's either gonna happen around you or it's gonna be near you. I would stay away. I would just stay away from it all. On the 21st, we have the sun moving into Capricorn. And during this event, this is all going to be happening in your third house. And then we have a beautiful Plutonian moment. I would love for you just to concentrate on the Plutonian moment that's going to be happening. And that Plutonian moment is going to be aligning you with some beautiful energy, and the fact that we have a gorgeous kite that happens on that day. If you can take a look around you and you can look and you can, what you're really good at is assessing your environment and pulling energy and being highly intuitive and psychic to your environment. So it would be highly beneficial for you if you could allow yourself to align yourself with you. This isn't about anybody else. This is about valuing you. This is about processing your environment and being confident in the way that you do it. And this is about aligning yourself with your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. And this is about feeling energized from within. When this sun moves into Capricorn, this is about your career, life path, destiny. More important, something destined is going to be something that's highlighted. If you get caught in the really positive part of this energy, you could feel that you are moving yourself away from all the hard work and all the mental exhaustion, and that you're starting to align yourself with more of that feeling of intense desire for emotional fulfillment. This is being super determined and goal-oriented, and it's very invigorating energy. I want to say that for many of you, this is also very combative, Uranian, just crazy energy. It can make you very full of yourself and very forceful in your opinions, and it can be a very volatile day. I want to say that's if you're caught in your 12th house, that's where it's going to go. If you're caught in your third house, where you want to communicate, where you want to absorb, where you want to change mindsets, that's where I think you're going to experience more of this energizing kite, and it's surrounded by all of the stimulating energy, and you're going to get caught up in that energy. Super beautiful energy. Then on the 24th, Christmas Eve, it's beautiful. We have a bunch of easy flow and energy, trine energy. So you're one of the few people that I've seen so far that gets a trine out of the Gemini moon. Everybody else has had this horrible quincunx, but you get a beautiful experience. And it's working with the planet of communication. So you're feeling very mentally dexterous, mentally engaging, adaptable in this energy. Your personal power is aligned so you don't feel like you have to prove anything. And you're really engaging, and mentally people are perceiving you the right way, and that's wonderful. Again, if you're caught in this 12th house work, then you may just be very detail-oriented and goal-oriented. You may have a little squaring, but I think for the most part, this gorgeous Gemini moon is going to really make you approachable, and it's going to be a lot better. You're going to be well received. On the 25th, we have a full moon in Cancer. This is the 9th. This is Merry Christmas, guys. This is Mars in Libra is going to be trining this full moon. Beautiful energy, opening up your mind, taking a look at it through a very broad-minded approach. This is confidence. This, you're feeling lucky, you're feeling energized, you're feeling like you feel loved, you feel valued, you feel like you are, that the people that you have around you are really honestly giving you the type of affection that you feel. It feels very tender and warm, and you feel feels like you can depend on your home and family environment. It feels so wonderful, beautiful, beautiful experience. When we have a full moon, it illuminates part of your life that has to do with your emotional environment and how you're processing it. And for you, it's illuminating it, and it's releasing you from some of these karmic pulls, it's like all that deep 12th house work. You're not really caught up in that right now because it's such a harmonious flow of energy, and there's so much mental, intellectual energy stimulating you in a really positive way. Again, Uranus is in here, so if you're having that Plutonian moment where you need to get control over an outcome, maybe you're trying to organize everything for the family and trying to make this home and family moment. That the home and family moment, you could amp up your stress. You may want you to try to control that environment, control an outcome, and that can make you very super combative in this energy. Probably not the most supported energy. I would really get lost in the fact it's a full moon. It's a beautifully aspected full moon for the most part. There is some negative and volatility in there if you want to pull yourself into lower vibrations of having to be right, communicating, controlling, trying to push everybody to see a perceived view or a perceived outcome or an idealistic view. Please don't do it. There's no need. You've had enough of those this month. And then on the 29th, we have Venus moves into Sagittarius. This is going to be happening in your second house. Again, values. But it's about having a broad-minded look at what and who and why you value what you value. This really is opening yourself up to a more idealistic mindset. This is about you're in mutable energy, and your mind is very versatile. It's very stimulated on all levels. A lot of energy is filtering in, and you're very perceptive in your environment, and it's very healing. And when Venus moves into Sagittarius, it just releases you, gets you enthusiastic, gets you optimistic, gets you out of your head. It makes you feel full of stamina and very action oriented, and you feel in control. And it's just very masculine energy, which will complement you. So, as you know, I do the astrology reading, but then I also do an intuitive reading. And so I try to save that for the end so that you guys can just skip it if you don't like the side of it where I do my intuitive readings. But so for you, what I see is knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, but communication is the key. How you communicate is how well received. If you are communicating on all levels, I think you're going to stay away from a lot of those Uranian moments that I talked about. But if you are wounded working in that 12th house, and you're feeling defensive, and you're feeling like you need yourself to be validated and listened to, I feel like you can be isolating yourself from this broadening, from some of the people's broad perspectives, and that can cause you to be very imbalanced, and it can block some energies that I think that you need to feel. Although you can be dead right, and you're very perceptive, highly intuitive, and there's so much about you that is wonderful, it really does behoove you to pay attention and to close your mouth and to listen to what other experiences people have had, how they processed them. That allows you to process some of this 12th house work, taking in their life experience, and then letting go of where you have your blocks in energy. Why should you have to sit there and painfully process something that somebody can give you the tools to do yourself. Like, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to stop yourself there when there's so much to learn from those around you? Anyhow, guys, beautiful reading, beautiful month. Stay in the high vibration. If you catch yourself slipping, listen to my video. I told you where the negative vibrations were, and anytime you catch yourself doing that, just think, oh, I'm having Plutonian, Uranian moments, and stop yourself. Stop, because you have the control to do that. Remember that these are only aspects. What we choose to tune into is completely what we choose to tune into. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again next month.